Hey, who is it?
Me and my wife.
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 Hey.
Oh.
Hey. Okay. Hey, I see you. Hey. Oh, I'm gonna do that. Hey. You know what it is, man. From the West Coast to the East Coast, the black and white friend you love the most.
Hey.
It's your boy Reggie Regg.
And I'm your boy Marv.
Okay, man. Hey, I like how you did that, man. That's a new beat, man. You getting real fancy with this audio, man.
Well, it kind of came in hot, but that's all right.
It came in hot. It was a little loud.
It came in hot, but that's okay.
Hopefully
that's all right.
we didn't bust the listeners' eardrum.
Oh my God.
What up, man? We here.
What's going on? How are you?
Okay,
How's
we back.
everyone
It's
doing?
me and my white friend. We thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Everybody that's tuning in on Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, or TuneIn, the TuneIn app.
Yeah.
All the audio streaming services. We see you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank all our subscribers on YouTube. We saw the numbers go up this week, so we really appreciate you guys who subscribe. Everybody else,
Thank you for all two of you.
Yes,
Thank
if you haven't watched season 1 yet, go watch it. It's the holiday season. Bundle up, snuggle up on the couch.
And binge.
Right. Drink you some wine. Watch all 10 episodes. We got some great musical artists on there. And a lot of those musical artists are doing some big things right now. Like, Major. He's been doing the HBCU tour. Tia Corinne. Got signed. Troy Santana. Troy Santana.
I really want to speak on Troy.
Well, I mean, his song went viral on TikTok.
Oh, it did. I guess it did. Yeah, Troy
his
Santana,
song just went viral.
That's right.
On TikTok, the gorgeous joint. So.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, we had a lot of great artists on.
Well, because
one.
Troy works at a certain place, that.
Oh.
Our old.
Yeah.
Our old stomping grounds.
Yeah, our old radio stomping grounds.
Right.
Yeah.
So we don't want to mention them. That's, that's all.
Oh, yeah. I know. I love Mars got beef right now.
No, I don't have.
Yeah, nah. He got beef because the way he brought it up. Let's just air it out on air. He's got a little beef.
Hey, I just heard a little birdie. The thing is people think that I either don't exist or something, I don't know, but even though we're in California,
I got ears. I know what's going on.
People come back to me and they tell me what's going on air on the East Coast.
Right.
And how people, talk junk and say that I'm too big for my britches, and I'm egotistical, and I am full of myself, and
that's the word on the street.
I'm a fat slob and all this other stuff.
That's the word on the street.
That's the word on the street.
Oh man,
that's the word on the street.
Oh man. I'm gonna tell you this,
for the people.
Let me answer this for you.
I'm not arrogant. I'm not anything like that.
Let me clear this up for you.
Like
in high school, there was this girl, right?
Okay.
I ain't gonna say her name. She was a popular girl, popular cheerleader. She had a crush on one of the dudes on the basketball team. After the basketball game, we driving home, but this guy actually sat with a different cheerleader. So she was talking shit to him,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Although everybody knew she liked him, right? So when the guy was just like that, stop drinking that haterade.
Hey.
Stop drinking that haterade. Stop drinking that. And then the whole bus started singing that song. So for whoever it is that's talking shit about my white friend, my white friend,
hey.
Stop drinking that haterade. Hey, stop drinking that haterade. Hey, stop drinking that haterade. Look, we ain't gonna wait.
Hey. Oh man.
But that's how it is.
But me as a person, I wish everybody the best.
Oh yeah,
that's me.
Oh yeah,
that's me. I wish everybody the best.
And look, we don't even know really what was said or whatever because I haven't heard nothing.
This is secondhand. Hey, they were talking shit about you on the radio.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Look, Marv is he's a loving guy. You can see it. You can see it touched his heart. You know what I'm saying? We talk about time travel today, but
we are talking about time travel.
He was gonna have to let
because
that
it kind of goes into what we're talking about today because I was kind of traveling back in the past, but
I like how you stirred that in.
I can't really.
I like how you stirred that in.
I can't really be like that. I can't go back to the past.
We can't live in the past.
I can't go back to the past. All I have to do is move forward.
Right.
We've been doing great this year, and so.
But the question is, can we go back in the past? Can we go back in the past?
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me get to my handy dandy.
Right. I'm gonna run it back for the people. But can we go back in the past? That's what we're talking about today, people. Time travel.
Time travel. Is time travel real?
Is time travel real?
Yes, it is.
Oh, you just gonna.
But not in the sense that people think.
Okay. Yeah. I can. We might be on the same page here. I don't know what you got on your computer. I ain't really looked at your notes. You ain't seen mine, but we might be on the same page. So I'll start off like this. One of my favorite movies, top 3 movies, Back to the Future. 1, 2, and 3. And I know some people don't even like 3, like because it's the Wild Wild West and shit, but I still like 3. Like I like all. Of course, I like
the franchise.
Yeah, I like the whole franchise. I like 1 and 2.
Okay.
I feel like 2 might be the strongest.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
all right.
I'm a big,
All right. So Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. That's one of the reasons, like, I've always kind of been into time travel. And
have you seen? So my buddy put me onto this movie. I haven't seen it yet, but he told me about it. It's called Time Machine. It's with Hot
Tub Time Machine.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Now
the comedy. Yeah,
yes, the comedy.
That. Yeah.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So I haven't seen that yet, but my buddy said, "Hey, this is hilarious.
Yeah,
you have to see this."
You haven't seen Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's Hot Tub Time Machine. Now that I think about it, I don't even remember how like the hot tub became magical. You know what I mean? Because
so you've seen it?
I've seen it. Yeah. I don't remember how the hot tub became magical.
That's right. Craig Robinson. Okay.
Yep.
Clark Duke, John Cusack.
I've seen it.
Chevy Chase. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the cat. How do you say his name? Rob. Cordy.
I don't know. We got it.
Cordry. Sorry, Cordry.
It's all good. It's all good. We know what movie.
Yeah,
we got it. Bro.
I don't want to butcher his name.
Right, you already did.
No, I was trying to tell the people the cast. So they
it's Hot Tub Time Machine.
Anyways,
yes,
whatever.
I saw it.
Go look up the cast yourself.
Yes, please.
Damn it.
But it's a dope movie. Like to me, I don't remember exactly how the hot tub became like magical. It's been a little minute,
right?
But you can't forget the flex capacitor from Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Everybody knows that,
right?
You know what I mean? And like the ideology, the theory behind the movie, like really has you thinking, like, oh well, that's possible, like but. What does science say about it? What are your thoughts on time travel?
Well, I did a little bit of research, and according to science, time travel is real. Okay, but not in the sense that we think in the movies. Right. So it's possible. It says right here. It's and I did Google this. Mm-hmm. It's possible to experience time passing at a different rate than 1 second per second.
Okay, I know. I think we kind of came across the same thing,
like light speed, sound speed.
Yep, speed of light,
speed of sound. Now, I also does this. What does light years away? So when you hear light years, so basically a light year is a unit of distance, and it's the distance light can travel in 1 year. So when someone says, "Oh, it's 95," it's like
right,
a million light years away. It's you're relative to what's going on Earth and what's going on over there
in space.
In our mind, at the same time, is too different. It's different,
but it's different because there's no time. I mean, well, not see, because now that we're talking about it, people say time is
time an illusion.
Right. I was about to say it's time man-made. Like
it has to be.
It is. We have time.
Duh.
Right?
I mean, it is
like,
man-made.
We have time.
Right.
But what you would call time is just tracking the movement of the sun or us moving around the sun. However, whatever your theory is, but
because back in the day they would look at the sun.
Right.
Right. And they'd say, and then they would track it.
Right.
And then they made up a system.
Right.
For, like you just said. So, and then it just evolved into, what we know today.
Right. And so if somebody just like shot us out in space, we wouldn't know what time it was, Earth time. And we damn near wouldn't know what was up, down, left, or right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
So a lot of things that, we feel are like solid concepts, like time, may not be exactly what we think they are. So if we Google it, right? And I think it's the same information that you got. It says, is time travel possible? Google's answer is, in the short answer, although humans can't hop into a time machine and go back in time, we do know that clocks on airplanes and satellites travel at a different speed than those on Earth. Right. However, when we think of the phrase time travel, we usually thinking of traveling faster than, like Marv said, 1 second per second.
Because the past and the future doesn't exist. The past doesn't exist because it's already happened.
Right. All we have
is, the future doesn't exist because it hasn't happened yet.
All you have is now.
Right.
You're creating your future.
Time. According to science, time is an illusion.
You're creating your future right now. You're creating your future right now. Or I'm sorry,
according to theoretical physicists, a scientist, time is an illusion. So it's a native perception of flow. I'm saying our native perception of its flow doesn't correspond to physical reality. So there you have it. It's time travel. So basically, you can't hop in a time machine. You can't go back to the wild, wild west. You can't go back and change things.
So how about this though? How about this? Not going back, do you think you can go forward? Can you go in the future? And I would argue, and I want to say,
well, if you took a plane from New York to L.A.,
boom, you was about to hit right on what I was gonna say. So that's. I mean, we actually, and I don't remember at the moment which lecture person I heard this from, but he was on some shit like we time travel every day, right?
Okay.
So, and we're in time machines every day. So you think about if I wanted to go to the store right now, I can get up and walk to the store, and it'll take me like probably 10 minutes total to get down up the street and come back, walk.
Yeah.
Maybe a little longer, 12.
Yeah.
If I drive, it'll probably take me 4 minutes. It's right up the street.
Right.
Right.
So there's a difference.
If I run, or like I said, if I drive from, California to, Atlanta, that's going to take a few days.
Yeah.
But if I fly, it's only a few hours.
Right. Yeah.
So, they were breaking it down like our cars, our airplanes, our trains. These are all time machines. There's part of man's experience of being faster, moving to the future.
That's
and so the
true.
concept
I guess if you think about it in that context, then yeah.
Right. And the concept of Back to the Future, Doc Brown, getting the DeLorean to go to 85 miles per hour, or basically where it reaches the speed of light. What the hell does happen if you go to the speed of light? Or or is the time is still the same? And are you thinking over there? Like, is that possible? Can you get to a speed of light? Like,
Yeah, that's what Elon Musk is probably working on. I mean, that's what he's working on. That's what he's dedicated his life mission to, figuring out all this stuff.
So they say your boy. Let me look that up, because that you bringing up Elon just made me think of something.
Because
they said Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
They said he was dealing with time machines at one time. Let me see. I'm gonna see time travel. Yeah, they said your boy Nikola was, and I could see that. I could see the people that's really into, like, you know, subatomic particles, and, you know, seeing how, you know, movement of atoms, this things, how you could get into that and want to know, like, you know, I mean, everybody, all humans at one time, I say, like, oh, not regretting anything in life, but look back like, man, if I go back, if I knew what you know what I mean? If I could tell myself,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Man, listen, here's the thing is that, and so we're gonna have a podcast, and it's gonna be titled, and this is gonna be in the future here. Coming up, we're gonna have a podcast that's titled "One Thing That Your Mama Said to You That You Wish That You Would Have Followed."
Okay.
So, but anyways, I say that because. Why did I'm trying to think of why I said that. Oh man,
I said.
What did you just say?
I was speaking on, shit. You got.
You were speaking of time travel. Anyways, what I was trying. The reason I say that is I know what I was going to say.
Going back in time. Everybody wants to go back in time.
You can't go back into the future.
Right.
I'm sorry, you can't go back into the past. But if we had to go back in the past, what would you take away from it? But at the same time, if you really want to go deep with it, society as a whole, right now, we've seen a lot of things happen in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
As a whole, we are on all different chapters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're not on the same page at all. If we as a society, as a world, got on the same page and agreed, we could change the future.
Mm-hmm.
So you might not be able to physically go 2 years into the future, 3 years into the future, but if we all work together, if we really wanted to change the future, we could.
You're right. I mean, because like you said, the only thing we 100% have is right now.
Yeah.
This second.
Right
this
now.
next second.
Right.
The second after that. So what you are doing, like
10 seconds ago, it's gone.
Right. We don't want to talk. I don't sound like a motivational speaker, but if you're somebody who is overweight and, you know, next year you want to look thinner, then now you have to start doing the things that will transform your body.
Right.
If you want to, if we want to create a show, you know what I'm saying? We have to now do the things, put it on paper. We have to put the energy, whatever it is you want to do. If you're looking for a job, maybe you need, when you wake up at that time right now, you need to be filling out applications and doing whatever you're doing and calling people you know. Like,
right.
All we do have, as far as what we know right now, is now. And now when we got the big bank and we part of the secret societies, we may be able to play with the time travel machine.
Whoa, is a secret society. What?
Look, this is what it said. Nikola Tesla amazing prediction for the 21st century. 4 of Nikola's Tesla's predictions that came through. So they ain't really, they just saying Nikola might have messed with a time machine because he had predictions and stuff. But no real evidence. So have you seen there's 2 movies, Butterfly Effect?
I've seen that.
Yeah. Oh, what? Yeah. You were kind of watching that. That's how we even.
I saw that before we started watching.
Okay. Ashton Kutcher. Yes. Now that one, another one. That's one of my favorites.
That's a powerful movie. So
if you haven't seen the Butterfly Effect, definitely look it up. Ashton Kutcher is the star.
Yeah.
In that
I think
movie.
he does a great job in that movie.
And the basis is, without telling you all, but the plot of the movie is basically, his dad worked for the government. And that's, now I think about it, a lot of the movies, the other time travel movies, kind of.
How about 50 First Dates? That's a funny comedy. 50 First Dates, where she wakes up and she repeats the same thing over.
That's memory. That's not.
I guess that is memory.
That's memory.
But still, if you have to live that over and over.
But that does touch on your concept of time.
Yep.
Like our concept of time. 51st dates.
Exactly.
That's
exactly
why I
brought that up.
Yeah.
How about Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind with Jim Carrey?
Yeah. That's also a good one. That's also a good one.
We're throwing out some gems to you, people.
Yeah, but if you haven't seen Butterfly Effect, check it out. Also a classic, especially if you're into time travel and those things. But basically, his dad works for the government, like a lot of these movies say. His dad passes away or something, so he left his time travel information down there. No, I'm actually mixing up movies. With this one, his dad is in the madhouse. He's in the madhouse because they thought he was crazy because he was always talking about his journals. And basically, they had a condition where if he read his old journals as a kid, he could shake and go back to that time, like he would go back to that event. So
now, go ahead.
So trying basically without telling everything that happens, but the whole concept, and like you see in most time travel movies, is going back and trying to change things, even for the better, usually ends up harming it, doing more harm than what you wanted to do, the intentions that you had to do to make things better.
Have you had this experience before? Okay. One of our senses is a time traveler.
One of our senses?
One of our senses can help us time travel.
Are you talking about astral travel? Astral projection?
No, I'm talking about one of our senses, taste, smell, touch, is for me at least, and I've heard this, one of our senses.
Smell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Smell. You smell something, for me personally, if I smell something, sometimes I'll stop dead in my tracks and go in my mind back to what I remembered that smell to me. So, like, let's say that a lady passes me in the store, and I smell her perfume, and that was the perfume that my grandmother wore.
Yeah,
I've had that happen.
Yeah, I've had that happen too.
And I stopped dead, and it's just kind of like
it takes you
back.
See, and that's what.
And then you're right there with your grandmother.
That's a big part of why. They talk about black people and their connection to soul food and not being able to give up these high starch and high carb meals. But basically, it's an emotional attachment. Most of the time when we have family gatherings, Christmas, Thanksgiving, or just a event, we cook that soul food, that chicken. You have those smells, so those smells bring back the memories of being with your cousins, aunts in the kitchen, this and that. So it's more so those smells take you back, and it's more of an emotional food. But it's just like, see, I've been somewhere too, and smell the fragrance and smell like my grandma. Yep. But you're right. I think sound sometimes too, because I've heard songs that I haven't heard, and it'll take me like, I remember.
Yep, that's true.
That song, and even maybe all our senses, because
I'm sorry. I just feel like smell is
top.
Is
the top. One of the top.
Smell and touch, or not smell and touch. Smell and sound. And
I would say touch is there too, because I've kissed somebody and their lips felt like somebody else's. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, and it reminded me of
I've
that.
never have had that happen. I've never thought of that.
It took me back.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting, because I've never had that happen before.
You've never had somebody touch you a certain way and it reminds you of.
Just because maybe I haven't picked up on it. Maybe I
haven't thought about it.
I haven't really thought about it.
Yeah.
So if I were to think about it now, I don't know. I just maybe if I just have to be more cognizant of it in the future and see. But so
I mean, we're kind of jumping into memory here. This ain't really time travel, but I guess the mind is the time. Like if we think about it, like your mind holds the old memories. Yeah. What we call time.
Yeah.
And then the mind really has a big part of what happens in the future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I remember, I think it was either like Harry Potter or
Harry Potter.
All right, it was Harry Potter or one. It was another movie I seen it in recently. But basically, one trick was when they went back, or you see it in movies all the time, like they'll be in a dream, or like Eddie Murphy, one of his old movies is like he got the Golden Child, like in the dream they gave him a scar on his arm, and then when he woke up from the dream, the scar was on his arm. You know what I mean? Like, right. Or what happened is like they tries to make it so that you know that this was real, right? Even though it happened in a dream, or you remember. Is
that the movie that was on the other? We were watching the other night.
Yeah. That was the movie that was on the other night. Yeah.
Because when you said that, I remember that.
That scene. Yeah. But like they said, doing something like if an event to help remember something because of your emotions, you remember stuff the best if it was emotional or painful or whatever. Right. So if there's something happening,
you're gonna remember that.
Right. So like what happened? It was one movie, like it was a robbery going on or something like that. And she wanted to remember his face, and she like cut herself. So, but it was like every time you, as far as the physical touch, taking you back in time, every time you look at that scar or whatever, you remember that time. Like I have a little scar on my leg from when I had a wreck on my bike, like in middle school. Like we was playing like cops and robbers in the neighborhood, and I hit a hill. You know when you hit a hill too fast, and the pedals are going, and your legs go, and now the pedals are going by themselves.
Right.
I lost control of the bike.
And so you fell down the hill.
Smacked the curb that was at the end of the hill. I jumped off the bike in time. Like I timed it where the bike hit the curb and I kind of jumped off.
Right.
But I landed in the woods and like scraped my leg. And so that it's a small scar. It was really like a scratch. Wasn't nothing bad. Didn't break no bones. But it's a small scar. And I still remember the event in detail because of that. So it's fun. It's funny how the mind works. You know what I mean? How the mind controls everything. It could take you. It could take you in the past. It could take you in the future. And I think a lot of times you see in life, like you see how people can be stuck. You know what I mean? Like you can literally see people stuck in time.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I have been there in the past where I will play scenarios in my head over and over and over. Or maybe like something happened in reality, but in my mind I changed the outcome. And I got pissed off, and I think that's how people go off the deep end.
Yeah.
That's how people do horrendous things.
Yeah. And
where they try to change the outcome of what really happened.
Right.
They're
well,
like, fuck this. I'm gonna get that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like,
that's
you see blue lights. Did you blink or what? What's wrong with you?
Right.
Like, why did you just do that?
I mean, that's holding on to something. That's being stuck in a time. That's being if it happened in 2004 and you're holding on to it and you're stuck, or like
that's when it's like that's in the mind.
That's the mind,
and that's when you need to seek professional assistance
if you need it, or just let the shit go. You know what I mean? Like,
but for some people it's hard.
It's hard to let,
because everybody's different.
Very true. Very true.
For some people it's hard for them to let go,
because you see it all the time. Like, think about your people who were like
hopped up from medication nowadays and all that.
Think about your people who were like real popular in high school, right? Like your star football athlete, and then gets injured, and
they don't have a web series. Right. They don't have a podcast. Want to make fun of me in middle school? Want to make fun of me in high school? Where's your show at?
Whoa!
Oh, sorry.
I didn't know.
Sorry. Well,
you had some time in high school. Went through some shit. He went through some shit in high school. We may have to talk about that. We don't have to let that go. But
I went through some shit. Up until anyway.
Just let it. It's all good, man. Yeah, you. You all right, man?
I'm glad I'm here.
We may have to talk off the air.
Glad I'm in California.
We have to. My wife have to talk.
I'm glad I'm in California.
Hey. But look, it's the same thing. Like a football player, star player gets hurt, and they're stuck in there. Oh, I was the man, and like on Napoleon Dynamite, his uncle, I was the man. We could have had that state championship if Coach would have put me in.
And to be honest with you, I mean, we know a couple people personally that are kind of stuck in the past.
Yeah, like people get you get stuck.
Right now
I've seen people stuck in a high school. You know, what I'm saying I seen people stuck in like college phase. You know, what I'm saying I seen people stuck just like they were in. Oh, this was my best relationship. So they still hindering. You know what I mean? So, and so now you're mentally in your mind, even though it's whatever date it is, 2020, you're still sitting in 2019, 18, 17, so whatever years those were, and that's hindering your progression.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Now, I know I'm saying a lot, but there was in this in the Metu Neter, this African spiritual book, he speaks about, Aram Nefer speaks about like going back in time when you meditate to the situation or to whatever the thing was and altering it in your mind over and over, or write the scenario down how you would want it to happen, or to help heal.
I see.
Without,
so that's how you heal, is you change the outcome in your mind. And you let it go. Yeah. Right.
Or let's say, there's other ways. This is all crazy stuff. Or like write all your feelings down, right?
Yeah.
Everything you feel about it, and then burn it. Right. You know what I mean? Like burn it, and then it's out to the ethers. I've done that before.
Okay.
For some stuff, you know what I mean? And whether it's however you want to look at it, you're getting it out.
Now, what about like what about monks and meditation and when you try to reach the levels of consciousness? That's just blocking out everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean,
that's blocking out everything. So you're not thinking about the past or the future or anything. You're blocking out all.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But
like,
and that's kind of I don't know. That's I have to do some more research.
Because for us, we would think, well, you're wasting your time, right?
Right.
But for them, they're going to ask you, okay, well, what is time?
What is time? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
it is
exactly that.
Like,
they're gonna say they're gonna counter like
right.
Oh, you're wasting time.
Right.
We're not wasting time.
And see, they probably believe that they reincarnate. Maybe this is what I'm supposed to do this particular lifetime. Maybe I'm not supposed to have, like, you're like, wow, well, you're wasting time up here meditating all day. Don't you want kids? Don't you want family? Don't you want to make money? And he's like, that's not what I'm here to do.
Right.
Like, what can you say?
What do possessions mean?
What can you say? Yeah. Like my Aunt Drew that came up here, my homeboy from high school, his brother, like, joined, like, I don't know if it's a mosque or a monastery, whatever. He said basically he moved up here. He was like, "It's a fucking cult, Reg. It's a fucking cult." And he's like, "But nah, I miss my brother. He really doing it, man. I miss him though, And so he's like, he's there,
Man, that's deep.
Yeah, and that's so. Deep.
Well, it's kind of
I guess it goes to the mind again, like you said. Everybody's own personal, concept of time. I think, regardless, whether you believe in time travel or not, I don't even know if it would be beneficial. Like even looking at the movies, like at least to go back, like to go to the future, I think would be dope. As long as you ain't touching shit and messing nothing up.
But if you really could go back in time, you would have to be like the president or a king or some type of like knowing what's happening in 2020, like right now.
Right.
What's happening.
Right.
You would have to be some very powerful figure to change the outcome of what we know today if you were to go back in the past.
Well, why would
Because if you were an average citizen, what you gonna do?
But this the thing. What are we trying to change? We want to say, I would go back in the past and I would prevent coronavirus? Like that's what you're talking about?
Possibly.
And like that's like saying, I'm gonna go back in the past and I'm gonna keep Kobe from getting on that plane, and then I'm gonna go back in the past and I'm gonna keep the helicopter. I'm gonna go back in the past and I'm gonna tell Bill Cosby like, yo, bro, not this time. Don't put that fucking like
or
it's so much like
there is so much.
We can't even And then
because here's the thing, it is so much because little pieces throughout history make up a bigger picture,
right?
And so
what about Corona? Like, okay, you go take Corona away, right? But what about the people who benefited from Corona?
Right.
What about the people who profited from this industry or because they've been on lockdown, they started a business that they would not have started if we wouldn't have been on lockdown. You know what I mean?
Guilty.
You know what I mean? So it's like...
Because, that's what I'm doing. I'm starting businesses because of... Well, I want to be an entrepreneur.
You are an entrepreneur.
I'm sorry. I am an entrepreneur. Sorry. But I'm sorry. I wanted to be. That's why I started on this. That's why I started, these business entities.
But you take Corona away, not you specifically, but you take Corona away, and then now that person might not necessarily. They still might be doing their regular 9 to 5 in at the job that they hate.
Yeah.
And wouldn't have had the time to do it without Corona. And I'm not saying Corona's good. We know Corona's taking lives. That's not what we're saying. But I'm just being the devil's advocate as far as playing with time.
Right.
If we
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, for instance, our old coworkers, they're kind of stuck in time because they play the same old bits over and over. So, and
we're gonna, we're gonna end on that one. Oh, man, Marv. He took it there.
I mean, here's the thing.
Yo.
Some people are stuck in their 9 to 5.
Yo, my man sound hot right now, yo. I don't know what y'all said. But it's real beef right now. I don't know what's...
Keep my name out your fucking mouth.
My man is hot, man. I don't know.
I'm not hot. No, I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
You're not stuck in time. All right, yeah, good.
I let that shit go.
Good. Like we got, man.
I let it go.
We may have to make this a part 2, man, because we didn't even. I wanted to talk about teleportation with the pyramids, the Great Pyramids. They said that back in the, and that would be considered time travel, like teleportation. We ain't even got on that. What else did I want to speak about, man? It was so much, man. Yeah, the pyramids. Like I said, quantum physics. You know what I mean? That interests me. With part 2, is that what we're gonna have to do? Cause we have to do part 2.
We're gonna have to do a part 2.
All right, give us the theme song. Let them know that.
Here we go.
Everybody, we gotta cut this one short. We will have a part 2 to time travel. I love time travel. If you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. Back to the Future, Butterfly Effect. What's that other one?
We can have Icon. He'd be a good person to have.
Okay.
So.
Go follow us, right?
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us. Me and my wife friend.
Check us out. Peace.
Hey.